So today in the rolls, Tristan caught me in some weird stuff, like usual. He did some sort of he did this really crazy. He didn't even mean to. He said later. He did like a knee on belly, but at the same time he stapled my arm, so I couldn't push him off. Then from the back he did like a lapel attack. He got me into a single leg, and then I almost got into a Kimura from him. So that was good. Had another roll with Patrick where I was a little lazy on the single leg X approach, and I had my foot, the outside foot, outside of his leg, and he pulled me into an ankle lock. He did that twice. Tim said in that situation I should just push into him and stand up on that leg, and I'm basically in headquarters at that point if I do that. So I was more worried about the ankle lock, so I was sitting back and trying to push his leg off of me rather than coming up. So I should have done that. He's rolling against Elke, so I focused a little on breaking her grips, which was good. Let's see. So I'm still having trouble on guard retention. I think I need to do more positional again, or like say after class and just do like a round where someone's trying to pass me and I'm just trying to return guard. I'm getting into like the tarantula or spider with a foot on the bicep, but it's not. They're just throwing my legs past, and I think it's because I don't have pressure through it. I think it's because I'm not breaking their posture, so they're just standing up, and I don't have connection with my feet really. I think that is one of the reasons, because when I was practicing with Tim, like I didn't have to do anything. The tension, because I had tension, if my opponent moved, I would still remain squared up. This time, I think there wasn't tension, so they could just throw my legs back. There was no, it was all slack. So I think also maybe having like a higher grip on the lapel would help. So some things to think about. One other thing he said with the butterfly against someone standing up. So you have the hooks at the ankles. So I was pushing pushing at the hips, and I thought it was because I was kind of like using just my hands and not connecting my arms to my body. But he was saying you should actually pull his arms down. What you want to do is like pull his limbs down and through his legs. So like tunnel tag, like pull and shoot his limbs through his legs, rather than like pushing at the top of the triangle. So it's not really like a tripod sweep, which is what I thought it was, but it's more like, I don't know what it's more like, but you're pulling his weight down and back rather than up and back. because when his body was up, he could absorb a lot more of the force. And as soon as you bring him down, he's already losing balance, and then the slight pushback completely knocks him over. So today we did start with Osoto gari, which is like the reap, the outside reap, where you step around and then your inside leg hooks your leg from the back. This is the third or fourth time we did it in the past couple weeks, so it's getting much more comfortable. Key points are bending his spine backwards and using your weight. Today we added, when you, instead of like reaping your leg back to bring him down, you hook him, and then you use the leg that your weight is on, and you kneel on it and use your body weight to bring him down. So in this case, and I think it's actually important for the regular one, is to keep your inside arm bent and keep your body weight close to his body weight, to the opponent's body weight. So that would be your lapel hand. You want to keep that elbow in tight, and then you can use that arm to force his spine back. And Jason is saying that you want his weight to be off of his back leg. If his weight is on his back leg, he's much more steady. So if you put your body weight, use your body weight to pull his center of gravity off of that back leg. So you don't want a straight arm. You have a straight arm for your lapel grip. You want it to be tight, and you want to attach your body to his body so that when you kneel, he's going down. He's supporting his weight and your weight, and his legs are not centered underneath him, so there's no way that he can stay up. So that was Osoto gari. Then we did 3 entrances into single leg X from DLR, and we also did a back take from single leg X. So the 3 approaches are, the first one is you're in DLR with a ankle grip and a lapel grip. Let's see. So I think the first one is the regular one we did last time, which is you stretch him out and then you bring your foot in and up. Second one is if he pushes your extending leg down. Oh, so Jason said that when you push his leg out after it's extended, then you can slide your leg up a little bit. So when you first push to extend, your foot is just above the knee. So then after you extend it, you can slide your foot up so it's closer to his hip, so that he cannot bring his legs back together. He can't bring that extended leg back in. Yes. And also, so he can't, it's harder for him to like step over that leg. Okay, so then the second way entrance is he pushes down on that leg, on that extended leg. So in this case, you move your DLR foot up to the hip. Jesus. And then you move the DLR up to the hip. Then you turn into him, and then you bring, so that same leg, you bring that knee underneath his leg, and then you can bring your foot underneath, the whole leg underneath and into single leg X. I have to think about that, but that is basically how it's done, I think. So then the third way is if he pushes your leg down, that extending leg down, and he crowds you so you can't get the De La Riva leg to his hip. So in this case, your extended leg comes up, hooks his butt from the inside, so, and then your left leg crosses under that as support. So your let's just say your right leg was pushing against his left leg. He pushes that down, so now that leg comes up to like hooking his butt. Your left leg is outside of his right leg. It comes down and goes underneath your right foot. So you use that. You'll still have like a lapel grip. So you sit up, and then you sit back down. You sit up so that your butt's still on the ground, but your torso's up, and then you can sit back so your back comes back to the ground, and so you're overhead pulling him, and you're using the lapel grip to pull him over, and you're also using your foot on the butt to propel him overhead. So once he's overloaded, now there's a gap and you can shoot your leg through and get into single leg X. Then I talked to Tim after. I had a private with Tim after class, and in rolls I actually had a problem where I tried to enter single leg X and then I got ankle locked. So the problem there is he was saying that when you enter single leg X, you can't just like slide into position. You need to overweight him. He needs to be bent over for the single leg X to be like effective. So you either need to pull him over and then enter into single leg X, or you need to enter when he has like one knee down. Then you can enter it. If you just enter it while he's standing up, you have to off balance him on the way as you enter. So him just like standing up with great posture. If you enter into single leg X and he's like just standing up and you're kind of wrapped around him, it's going to be very hard for you to not only do something but it'll be easy for him to pass it. Yeah. So those three entrances, all of them involve getting him off balance as you enter it. So the first two were pushing. Well, the first one was pushing on the leg. The second one was pushing on the hip, and then you have the lapel grip, so he's bent over. Okay. And then the third one, you're overhead pulling him. So there's that. Wait, what was the first one? The first one was that, I guess. But then also... Yeah, I think... I'm not sure. Give me just a few more seconds to think about this. Okay, yeah, those are the three. Alright, and then the last thing we did was getting into back control. So if you're in single leg X, the first option is to shelve his leg and then do like a technical stand-up. So what if you shelf the leg and then you can't, he's leaning into you, so you have trouble getting into like a technical stand-up. So in that case, you would have in this circumstances, you would have his leg in your left arm hand with an ankle grip. So you would have like your grip would be on the top on his shin. So you want to kind of rotate your arm around so that you still have the same grip. You don't release and grab on again. You still have the same grip. Now your wrist is on the bottom to support his weight. Then you take your right hand, which was on the lapel, and then you get a grip on that same angle. So you switch from your left hand to your right hand, then use your left hand to sit up and grab the belt. Then you pull there and you bring your right, I think it's your right leg, you bring your right shin inside of his right knee. So you're pulling on the belt with your left hand and you're pushing with your right shin against his like right calf or like the inside of his right knee, and then it just goes into back control. Pretty sure that was the sequence. And then I did private with Tim. We worked on front headlock. So that's when your opponent's on turtle and you're like head to head, but you have one arm under his chin and the other arm in his grabbing his like his tricep area. Tim likes to have that not in the tricep but higher up in the armpit. So keys here are keeping your chin in the middle of his back, not being on your knees at all. Also having your legs, you don't want to be like tripoding up. You want to be more of a sprawl position. Also, front headlock is like a home base, so you can always retreat to the front headlock position in the sequence. So whenever they grab a leg or try to come up or whatever, you just retreat to the front headlock position and sprawl down. So then we did 3 sort of attacks from here. The first one is knee wedge. So on the side that you have the armpit grip, you put your near knee in. I don't need to do the detail because I have the video. Okay, so let's just talk more conceptually. So then, so keys are sort of like a home base. You want to keep your legs up, or you want to stay on your legs, not on your knees. So you want to keep your weight down. You want him to carry your weight. Sort of like in mount. In mount, you do your attacks, but you never want to do the attack so that you give up the ground. So you can, you don't want to overcommit when you're attacking mount. So anytime they try to do like a bridge or whatever, you can just do the Superman and ride them out. So same thing with front headlock. Anytime they try to get out of it, you can just get back to front headlock, and keep your elbows tight and sprawl. So all the things you're doing are you're sort of doing probing attacks, and just have the awareness that you can always retreat back to front headlock if you're going to lose the position. So it's always better to maintain the position than to try to force something and completely lose the position.